heading straight toward that dashing guard waiting for me. I was taken aback by his unexpected hostile response. The next couple of attempts showed some progress, but it was almost as if those vulgarly large arrows of his were bending their paths in the very air itself, not at all adhering to the laws that usually govern this world. And when I finally managed to avoid those devilish objects, that gleeful peacock had another surprise up his self-righteous sleeve. Another one! That did it. I didn't want to slay that foul archer and his lurking friend with this noble sword after all. Nay, they deserved to have their heads bashed in with something large and rusty. As I carefully sought another approach, I was given a most delightful opportunity to surprise the culprit, who in turn had startled me, and it felt delicious. I made sure to smite every single living creature in the near vicinity, and as the remaining servants had been sent off into the great unknown, I sat for a moment in the shade and caught my breath. The capital and the Erd tree towered over me, along with the skeleton of that long-dead dragon which had apparently once attacked this city. What a nightmare that must have been. Screaming children, parents fleeing to no avail, and infernal flames erupting everywhere. Degeneration might be an undeniable fact, but once upon a time this kingdom must have been glorious. Well, there was no way around this. I had to go down there. In the middle of this old and crumbling neighborhood, I found an ancient incantation, and more of those disgusting things, cursed with a milky and sticky substance instead of blood. I wasn't really in the mood for obscenities of that sort, so I respectfully declined and walked the other way. Who was that big fellow? He didn't look particularly festive, but I wasn't really feeling it anymore, which in turn made me seek a moment of peace in what turned out to be a small chapel. Would you look at that? A large set of armor, made for an especially burly warrior, was placed on a bed, along with a magnificent and ever so suggestive nightgown. So soft, that fabric felt enticing. There was something about this dress that made me recall my latest trip to the Round Table Hold, and that generous damsel I was so fond of, warming.
You are so very warm.
Outside once more, I now dealt with that brutish thug, whose only strength apparently was his monstrous lack of decent manners. And good looks. What was that helmet? Why would anyone wear such a thing? While trying to find my way down into the sewers, I came upon more knights, but a bit more interesting was the disgusting tree spirit that rose like a nightmare from beneath the ground and tried to swallow me whole. This old part of the city was like a maze. Ha! I see you, creep. Come down here, won't you? Let me give you a hand. The foul smell indicated that I was going in the right direction, as did the rats. What was that thing? Oh, it was waiting for travelers to ambush. That was hardly a proper way to welcome anyone. But regardless of what path I chose, I always ended up the same place. How in heaven's name would I even get underground? This bloody city was a labyrinth. Ah, there it was. A well was being guarded by one of those nasty creatures. And it didn't take me long to garner the courage to jump down into the unknown. This was the right way. It felt like it. Yet as I pushed the heavy and rusted gates open, I still got a bad feeling about this place. It didn't really help that I was now walking in filthy and stale water, and had to fight my way through countless rats, festering in the dark as disease-bearing gifts from the unwelcoming creator of this world. The air was appalling, but opening one final door, I soon forgot all about it due to the sight that now met me and made me gasp. This was not just a sewer. There was a settlement down here with what almost looked like a forgotten avenue, patrolled by hideous brutes and sadly decorated with torn and faded banners. Then everything just vanished, and in a vision I saw large doors open, and I heard something calling for me, From the depths rose not only the sickening stench of that vile eater of dung, but also a seductive hiss of purity.